Path of Exile 2, boss design overview. Let's do it. But this game's gonna have like how many bosses? Over 100 or something? And they're all unique. Which is kind of like what you have in the first game right now, honestly.
I think, honestly, making bosses in Path of Exile 2 is the most satisfying part of the job. It is so enjoyable from start to end.
Really?
Even after it's gone out, it's satisfying.
One more
I think
disgusting than
if
the
I could
next.
choose to do anything all the time, full time, that would be the single thing.
Yeah, the monsters look absolutely insane in this game. The ones that we've seen anyways.
Bosses in Path of Exile 2 come about
Were
two
those
major
people
ways.
playing with?
You obviously have the more traditional
What the fuck,
approach
like
where you
corpses?
create a narrative and you design a boss around that narrative.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
Damn. Yeah, this guy. He's just like chilling in a cave. Love it. Oh, nice. Wow,
The
that's
second
pretty
way, which
cool.
I think is something that can be very unique and create some of the more interesting encounters, is letting the creative genius of our artists do what they need to do. They can come up with something completely
unhinged
abstract.
creative process.
And this is how you get some of the most
That's
awesome
what you
things,
need
because all of a sudden
this
it can
game.
be something
That
with
faces on its
100
back,
tentacles,
Jesus.
or 9 limbs, or no
Yeah.
limbs, or 1,000 teeth, or none. And
Yeah.
obviously things that aren't even
Disgusting.
in my imagination.
Jesus, that's what I'm saying. Baby heads, let's do it. Yeah, we've seen this guy before. With the lasers, right? Yep. Oh, you can dodge those, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's true, you're invisible in dodge, right? I haven't seen this guy.
Well, a boss in Path of Exile 2 ultimately is the culmination of decades of experience, making hundreds, if not thousands, of bosses in its predecessor, taking all that knowledge together, and puts it in a package that delivers the best of what could possibly be of boss encounters in an action RPG environment with bosses that are utilizing Souls-like mechanics.
Nice. Soul-like mechanics, we gotta love to hear that, right? Double bosses.
Despite the fact there's over 100 bosses, and
Yeah, see?
more to come, a lot more to come.
Hell yeah.
Every single boss fight is completely unique, hand animated from scratch.
Wow.
It is designed from scratch. It is
Wow.
balanced from scratch, and it
Damn.
doesn't reuse a single asset in our library or anything like
Holy
that.
crap, for real. You got some of that in the first game, right? But not in this one, apparently. Like, you know, you Hillock, you find him like in a desert, right? In a desert map. At the end of the game, it's like a different. It's like the
One of the
blacksmith
main
or
challenges
something, you know? But
balancing
it's like the
boss
same
fights in
model.
Path of Exile 2, especially compared
rare,
to its predecessor,
but it happens.
you have to, in a single attempt, reduce the boss from full life to 0 in order to then progress through.
That's wild,
If a
man.
player cannot defeat them now, then they're stuck.
That's...
Which helps in many ways because it makes the bosses
I don't
feel
hate
so
it.
much more satisfying to kill once
Yeah, I
you
agree.
do overcome it and learn it.
I don't hate it. It's kind of like what it was in Diablo 3, if you remember. Diablo
It
3
is
was the
very,
same thing.
very
You
important
die.
to us that Path of Exile
Restart.
bosses, mechanics, especially around telegraphing, feels fair to the user, as opposed to them being cheated out of something when they happen to die. We want to make sure that
So again,
hitboxes
something like Dark
are
Souls,
accurate,
100%.
and of
You
course,
die,
when
restart.
something hits you, it feels like it hits you. It ultimately makes it feel that much more satisfying when you kill it, and you feel that much more
If you
pride
lag in
when
these
you
fights,
are
you're
able to
gonna be
overcome
fucking
something
mad,
difficult,
though,
knowing
man.
that the
If you
game
lag-
hasn't robbed you of this thing.
Good luck with that shit. You're gonna hate the game, though. 100%.
At the end of the day, you want to see that healthy balance where some people are struggling, and you want to see that moment, that
I did see a lot of
second-hand
these,
moment where
these
someone
bosses.
overcomes that challenge and is so
Lord.
happy for doing so. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Captain Hardman. Wrathbreaker. Krutog, Lord of Kin. What's that guy? Oh, that's the guy we saw before. Okay. A couple of things I want to say. Let's let it play out. There you go. First of all, some of these designs absolutely insane. You gotta have such wild imagination and be completely unhinged to come up with some of this shit. and that's a good thing, by the way, because I absolutely love it. Like, it fits in the game perfectly. Currently in Path of Exile, you do have, I think, like over 100 different bosses. Some of them do reuse assets, so it's not all brand new, but a lot of them are very different, and it's rare that you're gonna find like something in double. Like I say, Hillock and like the desert boss. I think it was desert. It's like the same boss. I'm trying to think like what else would there be, but that's kind of like all that comes to mind. You have a lot of like these human bosses, which is just like a human character using different skills. So, I don't know if you want to count that as a animation reuse or whatnot, but I haven't seen anything in this that resembles that. Number two, they're promising a lot of things. They're saying a lot of things. Every monster, every unique boss is unique, and we designed every single one of them, and you're never gonna see any of the same boss being appeared twice in the game, and etc. etc. I believe them because it's GGG, and they have really proved themselves. When they're saying something is like that, you're not gonna be, you're not gonna find a surprising game where it's like, oh, wait a second, I already played this boss. I already beat him like 3 times already. I actually do believe them, and they have proved themselves. And when they're saying that that's what will happen, then there's a very good chance that's what will happen. So that's a very good thing. Like, again, this company absolutely has my trust, which is very rare in the gaming world. So I believe on that when they say they did everything by hand and everything is unique. Yep, I agree. I believe it is. Besides that, what else? The whole one death kind of thing. I think that's a good idea. Again, it reminds me of Diablo 3. I don't know why they changed it like in Diablo 4. I think they did. I don't remember anymore. Even when playing Path of Exile for like the first time, I was like, oh, okay, this is a bit weird, but like whatever, it doesn't really matter. You get like 6 lives, so in the end, you still have a limited amount of numbers you can attempt a boss once you get to maps. Of course, during the game, it doesn't matter. And maybe this will change once you get to maps in Path of Exile 2 as well. Maybe then you'll get 6 lives, or you get to the boss and you still have like 6 portals, right? So you can reattempt the boss 6 times to kill him, which again makes sense, right? And of course, it's gonna be properly balanced. You're not gonna have bosses like that insta kill you and then you can't do shit about it, right? And I'm also like, currently when you're fighting bosses in maps, you just face tank, right? You just go in, pop all your cooldowns or your potions, and you kill like in 2 seconds. Some of the more complicated bosses, you gotta spend a bit more time. The more healthy, like end game bosses, but besides that, every single map, you just like mash everything and like you kill the boss in 2 seconds. If you got a good build. So that'll be interesting to see how that changes. Of course, Path of Exile 2 will be much slower. They're cutting back on the power creep. We all know that, and I'm all for it, man. I'm start at bottom and then slowly add to the game, and maybe mechanics will change and whatnot. So I'm definitely excited. I can't wait for this. I hope I get into the alpha, but probably not. I never get into an alpha anyway, so I don't think this will be it. I really doubt it. But this looks really good. I can't freaking wait. I can't wait. Thank you for watching. Peace.